welcome to this Monday, April 8th. On this day, I'm Michael Taylor. Great day for us. Are you excited about the eclipse? We're only getting 50% here. We only get half of the eclipse, so I'm half excited as folks in the other part of the country, but man, it's wild. Have you seen the news? Everybody going there, traffic, it's kind of good. We're not going to have to experience all that. And we got March Madness final men's tournament. Oh my gosh, so it's a big day across America. Lots of viewing up and on television. How about us? Well, on television, we got a great show for you. We have Stuart Spencer is in from Advanced Ear Care. He's going to be talking to us about some new technology, AI, going into hearing aids that might help you hear even better. And then later in the program, we're going to talk to the folks from the Theater Guild. They got a great show coming up next week they're going to be telling us about. It's kind of a plethora of shows, like 4 or 5 shows all in one. So that'll be kind of a fun experience there. Hey, we want to keep you informed, and there's another event coming up later this week. It's not as exciting as maybe an eclipse or the men's finals, but it is going to be a town hall over at United. It's going to be on April 12th. United Woods Mutual Board is inviting United members and residents to the next monthly town hall on Friday, April 12th. It's going to be at 2 p.m. in the Performing Arts Center, Clubhouse 3, Room 2. Special guest speaker is going to be Joe Scott of Lentner Roofing, and they're going to be discussing the 2024 roof replacement program. So interested parties, get on down there, discuss items going on there at the town hall. Hey, let's take a look outside at our weather. The promise of spring has been coming for a while. This week is promises kept, folks. It's going to be a nice, warm week. No rain in the forecast. We got some great temperatures. Today's going to be mild. 67 is going to be high. Then take a look at the rest of this week. We've got 70s and upper mid 70s all through the week. Sunny skies, couple clouds here and there, but man, great spring week for us finally. Getting some warm weather and no rain in the forecast. That's my favorite part about that. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset while we're at it. Sunrise this morning is 6:28. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:17. This is a great photo from Ben Givens over in Corona Del Mar. It looks like he paddled out and got a shot out there somewhere. Looks like fun. And if you want to send us a picture, you don't have to paddle out or on your surfboard or anything like that to do it. Just take a picture around town, a sunrise, a sunset, where you went on vacation, whatever it might be. We'd love to see it, and you can send it to us via email, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name and where you took the picture, and we will put it on our sunrise sunset segment. All right, we got a couple of meetings to tell you about, and then when we come back, we'll be talking to Stuart Spencer from Advanced Ear Care. Stay with us.
Irvine Barclay Theater is your home for the best in live entertainment. Here's what's coming up next. For tickets and information, visit thebarclay.org.
Who is RadNet? You've probably heard our name and seen our commercials, but you still might not know who we are. RadNet is the largest provider of outpatient imaging services in the United States, with over 8,000 employees and almost 400 imaging centers in 7 states. Likely, if you have had diagnostic imaging, you have experienced RadNet's high-quality, cost-effective imaging services. With 35 years of expertise, RadNet is leading into the future with advanced technology and the very latest AI technology. We are positioned for the future of healthcare. RadNet, leading radiology forward.
Hi, I'm Dan McEachran. 35 years ago, I was lucky enough to get my start in Laguna Woods. First, building patio rooms, then kitchens. Our cabinets are all built locally in Irvine. It all began with patio rooms, like this Majorca model, which we made into a complete room. I'll pull permits. We'll take care of everything. Give me a call. We'll do a nice job for you.
Are you struggling to hear in your noisy dining room? Do you have to pause and think about what people are saying so you can figure out the words? Do you find yourself lost in conversations? Can you hear but you don't understand the words people are saying? You need to get on the Ark. No, not Noah's Ark. This is Stuart's Ark hearing aids with artificial intelligence. You will never know how much better you can hear until you listen to the clear sound and noise right in our office. Call us today. Don't miss the boat, and tell them Stuart sent you.
You know, there's just more and more technology in everything that we have, and including our hearing aids. And we love hearing from our next, see how I did that? We love hearing from our next guest, Stuart
Nice.
Spencer with Advanced Ear Care.
I like it, Michael.
How you doing?
I'm doing terrific. Thank you.
Are you ready for the big game tonight? You gonna watch?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, UConn's probably there. You know, they look tough.
They look
but you never
tough.
know. You got to play the game.
You got, yeah, absolutely. That's the big part. You got to play the game. For folks who want to hear it better, there's new AI technology that you have in some hearing aids. Tell me about how that works and how it's helping people hear just a little better.
Yeah, well, talk about playing the game. I mean, that's a game we play every day, right? If we have hearing impairments, trying to hear in noisy situations. And I mean, this technology that we have today with Audibel is just amazing. I mean, I never thought we'd have this level of technology. Fast, smart, sharp. The artificial intelligence now is like scanning, your sound plane,
Right.
while you're even moving your head in a direction or moving your body, your motion, your chewing. It's starting to recognize those kind of movements and adapting sound. So it changes that signal to noise ratio. So the signal goes down, that background noise, so you can hear that speech, much more clearly. And
It's amazing how it can, those distinctions it can make and just filter out, close out, kind of like our ears do normally, right? We don't hear the little buzzing or whatever. We're able to focus. So it's able to focus with that AI.
That's right. Getting smarter all the time, and it makes a real substantial difference. People are just coming back. I mean, basically, Michael, they're just putting them on, wearing them, and hearing better. You don't have to fiddle with them a lot. You can if you want to. I mean, I was just talking to a gentleman out here, in the green room there, was talking about, he's a gadget guy, and boy, you can really go into it and do a lot if you like to really fine tune things and get a lot of control over your own hearing. But if you don't want to, you put them on, you wear them, and you hear better.
What do you think is the biggest significant change from the hearing aids we've had into the AI? Is it just the like you said, the clarity and the ability to focus on what you're hearing?
Well, Michael, hearing is such an intricate, sensitive sense, and physiologically, it's just amazing. I mean, you go from, acoustic energy to mechanical energy in that middle ear, to hydraulic energy, to electrical energy. There's all that, and
Right.
think about that stuff. I mean, just like instantly. So speed is really important with understanding speech. Most people have a problem because they can't process speech as rapidly as people speak it. They know somebody's talking to them.
Right.
But it's just like, what was that?
It's
What was
so
that?
fast.
They miss those little intricacies. So that's the difference. It's the accuracy of those small, subtle changes that give them that speech intelligibility that really makes them feel a lot more comfortable and stay in the game in those conversations.
And it's sometimes people say, "Oh, listen, do you hear that buzzing kind of thing?" And then you're able to focus.
Yep.
And so you have that ability to do that as a younger adult, I suppose. And do we just lose that ability as we get older to be able to focus our hearing or be able to do that? Or is it because of the damage or the things that are just deteriorating in the ear?
It's a great question, and it's all of that. We don't hear in our ear, we hear in our brain, right? Your ear's your decoder.
Right.
So, it's like all the stuff that comes along, we didn't even know, about dementia and Alzheimer's, being more prevalent in people that have hearing loss that don't wear hearing aids. They're not stimulating that part of their brain, so they lose that cognitive type of function. And so now paper after paper after paper has come out the last 15 years kind of supporting that. And then recently, the Keck Institute just came out with a study showing people that wear hearing aids that have hearing loss live longer. I'm like, wow. I don't know who these people are to do these studies, but they're pretty impressive. So, when you're stimulating that brain, you're using all those little subtleties, and it all comes together. I guess is really what my point is.
So that's something that really people should think about in terms of as they age, as they worry about dementia, as they worry about those kinds of things coming on. If they're not, I'm being stubborn about my hearing. I don't want to get hearing aids. I don't want to wear those things, that kind of thing. It's something that really is going to be for their long-term health benefit, not just hearing, right?
Exactly. People come in for that immediate benefit. I'm having a hard time, and with the 19th hole with the golf buddies, in a restaurant or in groups or whatever they may be. And so, that's the short-term game, but really the long-term game is that, overall mental cognitive health. And it's a big deal. So, what happens is people think, oh, I'm fine with my hearing, and because guess what? That's normal hearing to them,
Right.
even if they have hearing loss. They don't know how much better they should be hearing or could be hearing.
It's like watching water boil. It just eventually it just gets there, and you don't realize how quickly,
That's right. So what happens is, they come in, we quantify the difference for them. We show them just real simple. I'll just read you a list of words. Just repeat these back to me just like you hear them. Then we test their hearing. We just put a set of hearing aids on them that are programmed for their hearing loss. We read them the same list of words. If they go from like 60% up to 92%. It's just like so obvious, And then they take them out and they wear them. I say, hey, go wear them. Listen to your friends, family, TV, telephone, all the things that are important to you. You come back and tell me how you're doing. They're like, oh my gosh, I never knew, because they just don't know.
Now, take your crystal ball out for a second.
Yeah.
Are we on the very edge of how good hearing aids and hearing improvement can be with AI as it develops, as we learn more? Do you think we're really going to get even more and more advanced?
Well, I tell you, they've surprised me with this level, and even the previous level to this. And at Audubell, Anshin Borwick, is a engineer that we got from Intel. And he said, you guys don't even know what you can do with hearing aids. And so these are his products that he's come out with. So I think we have more coming, sure. I think the more we learn, the faster and the more data we get, the more we can help people hear and understand speech more clearly.
Now, people, since there's been deregulation in the industry a little bit, people are going to Costco, they're getting the hearing aids there, they're just buying them off the shelf, ordering them online. And some folks are not probably as happy as they could be, or maybe they're not as tuned. Can you, when people walk into your office with those, can you help them out with those, tune them in, or maybe say, hey, maybe you want to go a different direction?
We do everything, and now in the last year and a half since that deregulation, we see everything, big honking. People come in, their ears are sore, they don't know how to work them, and all that stuff. We try and help everybody, we'll take them from where they're at. That's why I love Costco. I love Costco being in the hearing aid business. They get more people wearing hearing aids than I ever could out of our little office, And so then they come in, they want something better, So then we can upgrade them and help them out there and show them what the differences are. So, we help everybody with everything they've got. So we'll do our best anyway.
Does the insurance pay for the new AI highest end hearing aids these days? Are they already adapting that, or is it partial, or how does it work?
It's all over the place, and that's why, we have an insurance department. We just call on everybody, because even within the same company, we can, have, United Healthcare, Nations, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Anthem Blue, whatever it may be. And so even within those policies, there's hundreds of different benefits and packages, and they may or may not include hearing aids. And then, or they may say, okay, you have this hearing aid. Well, they just get the hardware, It doesn't include any service or very little typically.
Right.
Like they'll do like a delivery and then 2 follow-up visits that they pay us for. And then after that, the patient has to do everything else themselves, So we have service packages for those people, so we can kind of help them, all along. Hearing aids take maintenance, and a lot of counseling along with that, So we, like I said, try to help everybody along with everything. But we'll find out what your insurance is. We take almost all of them, very, very few exceptions. So
what's the typical out-of-pocket cost for folks who walk in and with insurance and all that kind of thing?
Usually it gets down to about a couple $1,000s. Rather than a full, $5,000 or $6,000.
Right.
And it depends,
Yeah, it just depends on the insurance, and
That's
everybody
right.
a little bit different
But
for
we
everybody.
work with all those, and we have technologies that match a person's budget that'll help them to hear better. So we tie it in.
Now, we're talking about TV a little bit earlier, but people really have a trouble with television, hearing this stuff on television, right? How can, what's going on there? Why is that a difference maker?
It's an interesting question. And, I do, right? I wear hearing aids. And so, I have a streamer. I just tap my ear. I hear my TV across the room right in my hearing aids. It's so much clearer. TV, sound, I should say, on TV is horrible. The quality of it,
Right.
So people try to buy the sound bar, and that's not adjusted to their loss. It just makes things a little bit louder. Sometimes that helps. But with the technologies we have today, we can stream that sound right into the hearing aids. But inherently, the TVs today, even have the speakers facing backwards.
Right.
You know, instead
Because
of
they're
front.
the wall-mounted TVs, that kind of thing, so there's no speaker in the front anymore.
How ironic is that, right? So, just like logistically, there's a lot of problems with that. And, let's face it, when you want to watch TV, even if you don't watch a lot of TV, you want to hear it well. And then there's always the background noise and the programs that, make the speech harder to hear in those little issues. But we can help them, that's for sure.
Yeah, don't put the closed captioning on. Go see Stuart.
Yes, there you go. That's right. That's right. Enjoy the program. Don't have to test your reading skills.
Well, all right. Well, lots of good information as usual from Stuart Spencer, Advanced Ear Care. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, always a pleasure, Michael. Thanks for having us today.
Thank you. We come back, we'll be talking to folks from the Theater Guild. Stay with us.
The California Attorney General, Ron Bonta, issued a consumer alert on hearing aids sold over the counter or online. Quote, while hearing aids sold online or over the counter may appear to be more cost effective than traditional hearing aids, they may not properly address your particular hearing loss needs, or they may be outright scams. He goes on to say, get checked by a licensed hearing professional and beware of misleading claims. Call Advanced Ear Care today for answers on over-the-counter hearing aids and options. Tell them Stuart sent you.
Hi, my name is Gary Russell, and I recently have moved to Laguna Woods Village. At Live Smart Technologies, we specialize in 3 things: home automation, simple security systems, and home computer networks. We are knowledgeable, very affordable, and genuinely want to help you. In the coming weeks, we will be talking more about how these amazing systems can benefit just about everyone. We provide free estimates and will schedule an on-site walkthrough at your convenience. Give us a call.
Welcome to Laguna Woods Dental Care, where exceptional service meets the residents of Laguna Woods. Dr. Mohsen Mahmood is a proud graduate of USC's Senior Dental Care Program and a published author. He has been serving the Laguna Woods community for over 20 years. Located right outside Gate 3, our team of expert hygienists provide personalized care for every smile, ensuring your smile remains bright and healthy. Take a look at our new monthly specials. We are located upstairs, and there are elevators for easy access. Call to schedule your appointment today.
When it comes to life's most important medical challenges, where do you go? Welcome to the Hoag Institutes. Our top-ranked physicians are experts in diagnosing and treating the most complex medical conditions. Unparalleled expertise, world-class care, all within the Hoag Institutes, right here in OC.
Theater Guild always has something great going on, and we've got a preview of another great performance that's coming up. I want to welcome from the Theater Guild, Bob Matonti and Robin LaValle. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, it's great to be here.
Let's jump right in. The Theater Guild has this, what's a panoply of...
Panoply.
Panoply. What's a panoply of plays?
I had to look it up. I had to look it up myself. And I looked it up, and a panoply is when you have a selection of really good stuff. It's like a collection, and it's a collection of good things.
Okay.
So, well, we have, I used to think a panoply was a bunch of guys on horses, but that's another story. But a panoply, it's a really good group of plays. We have a little bit something for everybody in here. And what it is we put this thing together. It's 7 plays, 7 directors, some of which people who haven't directed a lot, like myself. I've directed once or twice, but it's not really my thing. I'm more of an actor type. But it gave us an opportunity to bring different people in.
Okay.
Along with the scripts. A lot of people are afraid of acting because they have to, how am I going to learn all that script stuff? But with our plays, we have some of the scripts you learn, you will have to memorize, but others you don't.
Okay.
So it's kind of a little bit something for everybody.
Okay. Now, Robin, are there still full story arcs in this, or are we taking bits of bigger plays and putting a section in there?
Yeah, that's a good question. Some of the pieces, like my piece that I'm directing, the rehearsal, is a full piece from beginning to end.
Okay.
Of a group trying to figure out a script. where Bob is directing a piece from a Neil Simon.
Okay.
So you're seeing one little
A scene.
A scene from
It
it.
has a story arc in it, but
Right.
not quite the whole story.
Right. It still has kind of,
Oh,
they
absolutely.
definitely looked for beginning, middle, and end.
Right.
So you aren't left hanging watching the piece. Yeah. So that's how it's set up.
Absolutely, and I can't say enough good things about our actors. We have 25
Yes.
actors participating.
Wow.
And in varying degrees of expertise. Some people, some of our actors have a lot of experience. Some of our actors are daring to get on the stage for the first time. And we love it because as a director, there's nothing better than to get that person who's maybe not sure, and they get up there and they just light up. And then next thing you know, they're auditioning for everything because they just get hooked. So I'm telling you, come down to the theater guild, you're going to get hooked.
Okay, well, sounds like almost a threat. So where did you guys come up with Panoply? Who said, hey, you know what we should try next?
Well, we sat around, a bunch of us, and we talked. We threw out a bunch of names, and somewhere along the line, somebody come up with this name, and we threw it into the hat with a bunch of other names, and it just kind of stuck. So we all kind of said, you know, that's kind of made it interesting, a little bit something challenging, something that a guy like me from Brooklyn had to look up. But other than that, no, it fit perfectly because it is a collection of really good plays, and they are. It's kind of fun when you see the rehearsals to see this eclectic group from something a little bit more serious to something a lot more fun. And it's really, really good. I really hope people come down to see this because it's going to be very enjoyable.
Now, how does it work technically? Are there breaks between the acts, Robin? And are there going to be a few minutes of, okay, everybody use the bathroom, 10 minutes while we get set up for the next one? Or is it just people coming on, coming off?
Well, we have a whole crew.
Okay.
So what'll happen is there probably won't be an intermission in between.
Absolutely not.
No.
As a matter of fact, it's very seamless. I helped put it together. It's going to be very seamless. There's going to be a short little musical interlude while we reset the stages. And the way again, if I may throw in a little, our backstage crew is incredible. And we work our sound people, we got producers, which is my wife, by the way. Hi, Diane. We have sound people, we have incredible people behind the scenes that do a lot of publicity people. But it's going to be very seamless the way it goes. So there'll only be a few minutes in between, like maybe a minute or two, and then the next play will start.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Robin, how are you involved? Are you directing, you're acting,
yes.
or doing a little bit of everything?
No, I'm directing. I'm directing, like I said, a piece called The Rehearsal.
Okay.
And so the interesting thing, too, is, like he said, 25 actors. I've got 6 actors. He's got 2 actors. So it just varies from piece to piece, how many are performing in each one. And like I said, my piece is The Rehearsal with 6 people. So, yeah.
Now, in a shorter piece, you know, some characters want to develop, and they want to have that time to develop their character and grow and change and have an arc and a story and a change. You know, I've gone from this to this. Is it a different approach when you have just such a small window for the characters to all? I mean, 6 people on stage.
Oh no, definitely.
Their characters really can't evolve a lot, right?
Well, that's interesting. They do the homework on their own as far as what they bring to the table when we come to rehearsal. I can only speak for my group. They definitely, and because I have an improv background, I'm giving them a lot to work with.
Okay.
And we can pull back, but we go full tilt with what we're doing. And yeah, the actors, my group is taking it very seriously. I think all of them are. They're going to enjoy it immensely. And like some are memorized, some are not.
Okay.
Like mine, they're going to be actually reading from the script like a real reader's theater.
Okay.
But you still will see actors getting up and moving around. Other pieces will be like a traditional reader's theater. Well, they'll be at stands reading right from the script. Yours is completely memorized.
Yeah, they had to memorize because in mine it's a little bit more animated. People walking around, and it's a Prisoner of Second Avenue, so there's a lot of funny stuff goes on there. So it would be a little bit awkward trying to read the script and get the right movement. And that's a director's call when you get the actors, and then so you kind of. And the actors I have hey guys, you're fabulous if you're watching this. They're 2 actors, but they're both incredible, and they both learned their script. By the second rehearsal, they were good to go. And now it's just a question of blocking, making sure everybody's standing in the right place at the right time.
And like you said, you guys chose the place, just a bunch of people throwing out a bunch of ideas, and you kind of collected the best ones up?
That's kind of how it started.
Yeah.
We have a committee at the Theater Guild, and we all get together, and then they throw some ideas around, and next thing you know, then we got the idea of having this Readers Theater, and then you get then you get some directors, people like myself who have some acting experience, but not a lot of directing experience. So then it's our chance to say, hey, I think I could do that, and I am having a ball. I love it.
And you just put on like a massive casting call, like, hey, everybody, whoever wants to be part of this, come on down?
Yes, yeah, they put out the casting call, and then they have a specific time, and everybody comes. You can read for everything.
So are we going to see some actors in multiple times
No.
up on the stage? Okay, no.
No, yeah, no. Once you're cast in a piece, because it takes up a lot of time.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But the actual event, the casting, everybody comes. They can read for everything. They meet all the directors at that time, and yeah, so it's really set up very well.
I will say when we send out notices about auditions, they're open to anybody. We welcome everybody to the auditions. We love to have new people all the time. Well, the only thing we ask is if you do get cast in a part that you join the Theater Guild. And it's a lot of fun, a lot of great people, and it's really, I'm having a ball, and it's like a second family now.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah, get a sense of community about being in the
Yes.
Theater Guild, and like, the same folks working together.
Absolutely. If you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong.
You guys got some stuff coming up in May and some months coming up. Give me a quick preview. I'm sure we'll have you back, but quick preview of what else you have coming
In
up.
May, we have some people with a lot of theater experience, and they're going to get up and tell us a little bit about what it's like in different aspects of the theater. And in June, we have some really exciting stuff. We have it's called In Juliet's Garden, and it's going to be not a Shakespeare play. This is a comedic takeoff on a lot of stuff. But
Inspired by?
Inspired by.
It's inspired by
But
the heroines.
On June 9th, we're going to have an open. It's free. June 9th, we're going to get together and have Shakespeare, kind of Shakespeare in the Park.
Okay.
But it's not about Shakespeare. It's going to have a lot of music, a lot of fun. Look forward. You'll see it advertised.
All right, folks. Penelope of Plays, April 18th, Clubhouse 5. Doors open at 6:30. Make sure you get down there. Members are free, and guests are $10.
Yes.
Come on
Thank
down.
you. Thank Bob and Robin. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
All right, folks, we're going to wrap it up here, right now. We got a movie coming up tonight. It's Solitary Man. If you're not interested in watching the big game, you can watch Michael Douglas, and it's brought to us by Providence. It's going to be on at 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. And it is all about a man struggling with his heart problems, age things, all sorts of fun stuff, and it is a good one. So make sure you watch that. Quick check on our weather. It's going to be nice today and then warm the rest of the week. We got mid-70s and upper 70s for us. It's going to be a nice one. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.